Alright. We need one more to fire, chat. One more modern player to fire this prelim. I thought it's just gonna, run no problem, but we don't have enough competitors to fire it. 1-0. Alright, everybody hold. No one drop. One person. Alright, we did it. About needing one more gamer. Anyone willing to take some time of their work to play 4 rounds of modern against the finest gamers? 2 Rad MTG, Amadeus Pro, Paeng, underscore Falcon underscore. No, those are good people. Alright, we fired, nice. Who was the 12th? Pretty hard to say. Pretty hard to tell, so. LFG go. Could have been Pepe Taum. Proszę bułeczka. No ładnie, a chyba z drugiej strony miała jeszcze dziąsło. For a moment, Buka had a irritated Gam. What land do I play second? Urza's Saga. That will let me play the Onion Ring on the next turn. Is Buka better now? I think she is, so like I wanted to check her too, but I think I checked from the wrong side, so I'll need to check again in a moment, but that included taking Buka every night and holding her firmly, using some cat toothpaste and smearing it all over the inflamed place. Bro, the slick shot deck is so good. Like no cap? Or cap? What are my thoughts on Oran Reef versus Kessig? I think Kessig's effect is slightly better, and untapped, I probably shouldn't have drawn, whatever. Untapped colorless is roughly as good as tapped green. But sometimes you'd want to grind a little bit harder and you can't with Oran Reef in some spots. In most games it's not gonna make a difference, but I think in those when it makes a difference, I think it's typically a bit better to have the Wolfram. Which is to say that Wolfram is a little bit of overkill, but sometimes overkill is actually good. Yeah, you sometimes need overkill to kill your opponent for what they have. Oh no, my Mr. Beast just died. What a bad card you played and it dies immediately. Uro vibes. What matchups do I bring EE for? Zoo. Mainly, and not really much else. Lol, not allowed to say streamer's name. You can say canister. I started to run explosives when Zoo adopted Dumping Sphere a lot, and explosives kills Dumping Sphere while also clearing Kavus at the same time. That's pretty convenient. It's funny, that's actually a Gruul deck. Oh, wait, blue and a white spell, I guess. 3.1 is 78% of decks. I'll keep. This is why I am afraid to play Amulet on MTGO even after top 8ing in paper. The triggers, ... What did you say about the hand, Ria? I think it's a perfectly fine hand. Well, we won't learn what Baran's in mind tried to post. Canister, well, try spelling it right. Maybe then it's gonna work. But yeah, I did add canister as a banned word. So, one time, that's funny. Spelunking. With Ray Bounceland, we can just play Titan next turn. Whoops. If not, I can crack map for Radiant Fountain next turn and worry Bounceland too. Have I ever laughed? Yes, I laugh pretty often on stream too, like that's in fact pretty common. Like, I don't know, people ask me that a lot, but many chatters will attest to the fact that I laugh periodically when something makes me feel funny. Yeah, all sense comments, for example, don't do that always, but occasionally. Yeah, maybe Twitch are just things that are more funny than they are. Or like... But a canister was banned from the chat because it is the most common way to misspell my name. And I find it very annoying to look at. I really don't dislike it when people misspell it like that. It was less than 10 minutes. I hope Fran MTG had fun. Cancer with capital K was the most common one. Yeah, but this one I just like accept because it's kind of whatever. Why have I stopped playing MTGO from my old account Branister? Well, let's check when was the last result from Brunister. $2023. Yeah. Not really active after 2022. Blender Kilichowy Kitchena. Kurwa, adblock. Co jaka jest twoja robota? Czemu nie blokujesz? No. Nice. I did get a god account. Use uBlock. I removed all ad blocks from my Chrome and installed one, and it was the adblock one. Because I think my YouTube slowed to a crawl and I have YouTube on all the time when I do stuff. And I googled and I thought it was because of the adblock. Alright, let's remove this adblock because it indeed failed us. Canon might be why people misspell, but whatever. I always blamed George R. Martin because of Lannisters in Game of Thrones being spelled with double N. Pinch, chalk, match, deal, rack, touch, buy, steal, face, value, pocket, ball, dash, Q, mac, bit. Q, ball, pocket, chalk, snooker terms. Okay. Pocket. One away. Pinch, dash, bit, touch. That's good. Smidgen. Buy, deal, value, steal. That's also good. Bargain. Face, rack, pocket, ball, match, cue, muck, chalk, chalk. Face, rack, pocket, ball, match, cue, muck, chalk. Oh, we just did cue, pocket, ball, chalk. It was one away. Face, cue, pocket, ball. No, that's two away, so chalk is part of it. It's also two away, so cue and chalk are in there. So it's either pocketless or ballless. And we add rack or muck. Matchbook, Facebook, MacBook. Pocketbook? What's a pocketbook? Book, that's not a book. What's a pocketbook? Czytniki książek elektronicznych. Aha, dobra. No mówiłem, że nie czytam. Ball, cue, rack, chalk. Billiards equipment. Oh shit, a few weeks ago I was out with Julia and a few friends, and at the place we were, they had billiard tables. So I wanted to propose that we play a little bit of billiard, but I couldn't remember the name of the game. So I asked everybody, hey, maybe we should play some billboard. And then I felt really embarrassed for misremembering the name of the game for a brief moment. What's Polish for billard? Billard. Where do I reside? In Poznań. In Poland. Holy shit, everyone is still playing. Seaman arsonist. Seaman arsonist. A source of nutrients for plants. Suns. Water, light, dirt. I guess that's dirt. Annoying task. Marching band section that might wear low brass kicks ass gear. Give to a birthing parent. Sychy owy ery. B-A-B-Y, S-H-O-W-R. It's not baby shower. Baby... Let's put baby in there. Birthing parent, so mother. Fitting. Message that might follow you up. Yes. Baby close till OTHS. Maybe. I don't think that's like... That feels kind of specific though. Appreciate in a text. 15. 15, could 15 be THX? No, because it's 4 letters. VM, maybe. General vibe. 14 is what? 14 is message that might follow you up. Mood is good. Proposal to merge some code. Merge some code, like merge genetic code. MM. I don't think it's gonna be a mood then, because it is not gonna be MM. Because it is gonna be indeed Malta. Aura. Holy shit. Slippery boggles. Hold on right there. Country home to Sagarmatha National Park. 26 is pull request. Pull request sounds so funny. A la uno, a la dos, a la tres. Mountains, natural divide between Europe and Asia. Ural. 22, it's the end of the world as we know it. Band. Rem. Stat worsened by wildfires. AQ. AQI, what's AQI? Aquatic quota introduction. Hold on right there. Wait a minute. Endangered language in an Unalaska dialect. I don't know. Sauce made with pine nuts. With these nuts. Holy shit, I love pesto, chat. Building block that makes up building blocks and everything else. Maybe it's actually Una and it's atom. Thing in a card. Stem? No. Item. That makes more sense than stem. Hawaiian symbol of friendship. What was that? Lei? Gay? Bay? May? 18th language. Lei. Job props on Survivor and Alan Cumming. Imagine having your surname be Cumming. That's just so funny. How can you like have a name like this? Oh, I'm coming. Yeah, I know. Inuit language. What? It's Lewood, so. Coming tonight. Oh, I was named after the town of Comington. Coming tonight. Oh, I am a symbol. Come. Okay, so Chad was asking if I'm laughing ever. Like, yeah, see, you just have to show me a funny name drog and then I'll laugh. Coming tonight. Coming tonight is commonly found in metamorphosed magnesium-rich rocks and occurs in amphibolites. Usually it coexists with hornblende and actinolite. Magnesium clinochloride, talc, serpentine, antigoretine minerals, or metamorphic pyroxene. Coming tonight. Are you picking what I'm putting down? No, I was just looking at coming tonight. Hot Wheels Sisyphus is a species of Chinese ground spiders. It's the only species in the genus Hot Wheels. The genus name is derived from Hot Wheels, an American brand of scale model cars. The long-called M. bolus of the palpal bulb of this new genus reminded the authors of a looping Hot Wheels track. I like Coming Tonight more because it just occurred from the city of Cummington. And like this one, this guy just was like, yeah, let's name the spider something silly, and the spider was named silly. Kylo, aka Ben Solo. Ren. Aleut, fair. Expels. Okay, let's remove sans. Sap. Pure maple syrup, sap, okay. Ingredient in an eponymous party mix. Eponymous party mix. So eponymous is the namesake. Is that what eponymous means, or was it something else? Track athletes units. Chore, good. Word before ring or red. Leakring, limring, libre, lipring, lipred, lipring. Is that a thing? Trash as a noob. Pawn. Abu Dhabi's country for short. Yeah. Zjednoczone Emiraty. ZEA? TIFF. Hosts, I guess. Soil. Soil sounds much better than dirt. Tennis, Guns N' Roses. I don't think so. Number of official time zones in India. Okay. Winter HRS for almost all of Michigan. What's HRS? Oh. Wait, no. What? No, 11 is down. 10 is like one long. EST, yeah. Baby Descent. Start to fix meta clue alert. Like pie filling that oozes out after cutting the first slice. Spabi. Baby present. Holy shit, that's true. Pie filling that oozes out after cutting the first slice. Slimy. Laps, yeah. You up? Shit. Why not? Kinda, sorta. ILY? Kinda, sorta. Ish. Maybe it's not Babi. Slimy? Ten down is spot. Fish present. Fitting. I don't know what's the meaning of the word tiff. Push present. Like because you're pushing when you're birthing someone. Sloomy. Expels. OSV. Fitting could be apt. Saucy. But then it's not fitting. Fitting act. Salsa. Soupy, yeah. And then it's apt. Maybe it's not T-Vim, but something else. Aus, Svet. Thank you so much instead of thank you very much. That's fixed. Ish, Aus, push present, and Sosa. Ingredients on an eponymous party mix. Oh yeah, shit. We have a round to play though. Against Pachi, last seen playing Zoo. Playing Zoo, Numa Numa you. Giganta will spring. And doesn't really do much. And plays turn 3 ring on the play.
This clip will hurt your brain. You've been warned. Holy shit, I've been warned.
Ragavan, Nimble, Pilferer. Oh, monkey. Can 2-drop and hold Starboard Denial, so can't really Starboard Denial my thing anymore. My ring. Territorial Kavu. My I'm playing triple Craveling Vestige today, chat. Hello. I cut the Castle Garenbrick for it. I have a suspicion that it might just be a better card. Numa Umaye. Oh, Bounceland. It's more than good at the moment. I mean, it's fine. Why has Primeval Titan no reach? Is he small? Well put. Primeval Titan, I consider it to be a pretty gigantic creature, so it's weird that it doesn't. Again, had rhinos, besides that it was the same. Oopsie, that's because magic is boring at large. It's actually the truth. Well, Kevlar Man, it sounds awful, but that's probably why the chatter is asking. I have not played any games of that. Maybe Dryad should block the Brawler. Because Binding now could... Like, I guess I would die to Binding Flames, or like Binding Flames Bolt. Because the Cabo has Trample anyways. Even if I destroy the ley line. So there was little point in doing what I did. I should have... Or maybe I should have made a construct and like blocked. Probably should have blocked with the Dryads. But if I die to Binding Bolt Ball, that's gonna be kind of a shame. Bolt Flames rather. Also giving Villain an untapped land for like Binding Flames if they needed that. Which Villain didn't take, but... Hi Canister, how much will Modern change with MH3? It will. Okay, Tribal Flames on the Dryad, that's fine. Guess unless I get stabbed on my pact, which I will. Seems like it. Okay, good. Guess I will not. How I solved modern post MH3? No, I'm still hoping that the Magus of the Moon Merfolk is a fake and I can just play Titan. Fulku, jakbyś proszę nie gryź mojego kabla Xiller czy coś. Ktoś był tak zajebistym kotem, nie? A na razie to jesteś trochę gremlinem. Will I live react to the new cars when they stream? Is it in 5 hours or in 3 hours? Will all the decks disappear? Maybe. Zajebały żule mi końcówkę od konewki. Circle of Magi for every land type? Nah. They're all fake. Territorial Kavu. Roxanne is in the sideboard. I board her against decks where she's good. Which is Moon decks. More specifically Magus decks. It's in RAF for Scion decks also. I refuse to bring in a sweeper that doesn't kill my opponent's best threat. O kurwa, 2 leyline. Kind of tempting to kill Ikavu instead of Ragavan. Probably is gonna be a quick prelim, yeah. Like this deals 2 damage per turn. Not an issue unless steals ring. But Kavu deals so much damage. Oh, this Kavu. Zajebały żule mi końcówkę od konewki. That is a Giganta Gringing, I like that. Does he really not have a Amulet answer? Nice keep, brother. It's better to play the onion ring than the end. Before my point can stab something properly. Like the ley line is also just so weird. Like it does happen occasionally that Scion ley line wins you the game, but it's so odd to see that nodes boarded out, because what else are you boarding out? Like what do you think is worse than a ley line that you're cutting? Any creature seems better. Any burn spell seems better. You can take the damage from the lands. Hey, you can even board out Scion, right? That's kind of weak. And we're not casting the generous end. I mean, we still can. Because I do have 12 mana, so I'll cast a... Or I'll cast it. Let's investigate a classic zoo deck. So let's say we have this. Varo, second place, 7-3, Modern Challenge 64. We're up against Amulet. I want to bring 4 Dumping Sphere, 3 Pick Your Poison, and 1 Werther. That's 8 cards. What 8 cards are you cutting for? For those when playing Zoo against Amulet, because I cut Scion and Playline of the Guild Pact. Maybe the Bolt. But even Bolt, like I died to Bolt plenty. No, you don't cut Denial. Why would you cut Denial? It's like you shit your pants that they don't have Denial every time you try to buy time with rings. For Leyline, 2 Bolt, 2 Draco. But if you don't have Leyline, then Sign of Draco is kinda lame. Because it's not a 2-drop if you cast a 1-drop. Yeah, I'll just cut Scion and Leyline. I don't think many people do that. I think most people like cut balls. Maybe some cut Denial, but I think that's really good for me if they do that. Draco turns on Daniel at least. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Well, I guess it could happen that you won't have that, but... Like, the Kavu doesn't really die against Amulet easily, so if you have Kavu, then you have Kavu. Chat, do you know of any sideboard guides for Zoo that we could check out? To see what people are doing? What's recommended? Right, I typed Domain Zoo sideboard guide into Twitter and I have found this guy. Amulet. For Guild Pact. 3 Bolt, 1 Ragavan. Holy shit, Force of Vigor. Makes sense. Force of Vigor Giganta deck. I mean, you'll live. Not revealing. Giganta. Kavu, Kavu, Kavu. Kavu, Kavu, Kavu. This is also why, like, I couldn't and still can't really comprehend the leyline craze that already passed us by. It happened for like a brief moment. Now it's just in one deck, but against decks I play, so close to being a blank, and I just can't. I just have such a hard time putting myself in the shoes of people who get trounced by such an effect. But like against Titan, saving the life doesn't matter. You can just fetch lands which you want and then so Saphones. Good. Oops. Checks. What's checks? Message that might follow you up. Sext. You up. Sure. If you say so. Meow, 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 meow. We got there. Hey, Canister, you up? Yeah. Hey, Canisters, you up? What now? I have the Green Devotion deck built and rented out. I was thinking of maybe playing the Pioneer Prelim later with it too. I'm 1-0 in a league with it, although I joined with no ley lines. So funnily, I woke up at 6 a.m. and for some reason just remembered this deck and started to think about it pretty intensely, and then 2 hours later it won a Pioneer challenge. Where Scion is a Pioneer deck. So now it would seem like that's why I thought of it, but I just had some ability, precognition type ability here. Outcaster Trailblazer, pretty good. Pretty good way to combo with Storm, draws tons of cards. Did I see Spike's Modern Mono G Devotion list from a few months ago? I don't think so. Leyline doesn't do anything in this deck, but that's for Devotion. Certainly gonna board it out in grindy matchups. Two Obstinate Balloffs in the sideboard. It's pretty nice against the Waste Not decks. Surely not playing 4 Leylines is wrong. Why? I mean, I think the multiples are pretty bad, right? You don't down more cards. You don't want to draw 2 ever. Like, would you want to draw more blanks than less blanks? Why'd you send me this? It's not a cube deck. Do you think Garug Wild Speaker would be good in Pioneer? Probably will be pretty good in a Nyctos deck. Classic, you should only play 0 or 4 lane line. Yeah. Classic. Missing the forest for the trees. The goal of like the deck creation, like the goal of deck building is not to create a deck that's the most likely deck to put a ley line into play on turn 1, it's to create the winningest deck. Those two, while I guess one might be under an impression that they overlap or are the same, they are not. Oh, need to mold that. Guvno. That's a good one. Put back Wolfran. Pact. Don't grief scam me, just play Ragavan. Oh, thanks. Maybe I should put back Dryad over Pact. Guess it will be better against Leylina. Against Grief. Or Fotsis. Singular. Well, it's not fine to draw one later. In fact, you don't want to draw multiples later. Like, it's just, if you open a bit, you have 3 for devotion. It doesn't do anything else. It's just like a ramp spell. If it's in an opening hand, it's a ramp spell. Otherwise, you probably don't play it for the entire game. Wait, they're not playing anything? I wonder if I should just play Forest and pass. That's weak against a 4-mana Grief. Dryad could block the Ragavan. Yeah, make creature. It's not necessarily better than Forest casting. Yes, simply Onion. If it's in your opening hand, it ramps you by a lot. If you draw it in your opening hand, it's a free ramp spell. If not, then it's a blank. I could go Turf, Dryad, replay Saga, but then I'm not Tyranining on the next turn. Well, but Dryad in play is not necessarily better than Dryad in hand when my opponent has mana open. That's my point. Because opponent didn't... So like, opponent kept a 2-lander. Or a 3-lander. With an extra Blackleaf Cleaves. And no 2-drop. No, but then they would play a 3 mana card. So they kept a 2-landers. They probably have 5 spells, most likely. Small chance they have No, they just have 5 spells. So like push is likely amongst them. So the lines I'm considering are Forest, Pass, Turf, Bounce Saga, play Dryad, replay Saga. Turf, Dryad, play Forest, Pass. Or Turf, Creature, Pass. Their hand has no Thoughtseize. It has 5 spells, so that is unlikely to have both Grief and Scam Tricks. Does not have 2-drops. So it could be like Fable, Shouldered, Bolt, Terminate, Grief. Or no Grief, but a Undying Trick. Or no Grief, 2 Undying Tricks. 2 Removal, Shouldered. So yeah, maybe more Ragavan 2 is possible. So I think it is actually relatively unlikely for them to even have a Grief at all. So I'll play Grutur when I'll make a dude to make a construct, and then I'll bounce back Turf, and if they have no discard I win next turn. But I need to discard. They would play Grief if they had it, right? Not necessarily. They would just wait for a combat trick, or would cast it next turn for 4 mana. I think they would do either of those, actually. Much happier. What, the exile? Shouldered, makes sense. Drew Mirror Pool, that's not good, but I mean, we win, so. Well, the Mirror Pool in hand is kind of awkward. No! Kurwa, no nie, ja pierdolę też. Oh no! Oh, I've been fooled by the stupid trigger. No, I can't Titan. So fucked up. Ay, ay, ay. Former MPL, by the way, this is misclick type error. What does MPL have to do with it? Probably gonna have removal for Dryad. Now I can't even play Titan on the next turn. Dobra, już nie pierdol, syn. Cię zbanuję na godzinę. Jeszcze coś dodasz. Anyway, not the first time I've been confused by that. The shoulder draws that trigger when you are waiting for the classic Saga main phase trigger. It's a bit rough. Maybe they won't have a removal spell for the Dryad somehow. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so I guess we don't block. To dodge bolt. Too bad, I think we played well and we Got a pretty good read on my opponent's hand. Croxa makes sense too, I guess. Wouldn't sacrifice a treasure for it. I'm dying. Now I'll block that monkey. Not to die. Or I'll get pushed and I will not. Seems like villain kept the worst hand ever though. You know there is no terminate because they would have killed me. So you're free to Titan. This time I click my land in my main phase. This was like the worst scam hand ever. It literally didn't have a single, like against Titan at least, literally didn't have a single card that matches up well against Titan. No właśnie powiedziałem co powiedziałem, nie? Bo Ragavan chuja zrobił w tej grze, jeżeli sobie przeanalizujesz co tu się wydarzyło. Free grace on the draw. I have 3 sweepers, I don't need dismember. I keep. Bro, can you imagine some people advise boarding out amulets against scam? It's crazy to me. Plus villain takes my amulet, what else, right? Oj, to full cool. Niesporny kocie. Don't you want to play monogreen weird ramp in modern? Well, I do. That's literally what I'm playing, but yeah, Amulet is good in that deck. It's the thing. Don't grief. Wow, to fulek. Take grief and take ring. We have 2 looks at we got 2 looks at a Titan to win. Guess mirror pulls in my hand, so maybe not quite win, but seems worth taking a shot. I'll only have 1 land afterwards, which is a bit awkward, but I did not play when Cloud was legal, no. Did you? Oh, holy shit. Well, we don't win because I have mirror pull in my hand, so I can only attack for 6 and set up the West. Maybe set up Boseju, but Villain just scoops, so. So we just got a turn to win after my opponent cast 2 discard spells. It's pretty hard to... And we also boarded up to 64 cards. So another person could maybe board up to 60 cards, leaving the amulets in the sideboard, and then they would not have the opportunity to draw a hand like that ever. Instead, they would get discarded, Voidwalker would steal the ring, and they would die. Luck check? It feels like Titan has so much power. Like summoning a Titan has so much power now with the mirror pool that the flexibility of the deck is much greater than it used to be. Yes, Spelunking does play into that as well. The discovery that sweepers are playable also does, because just sweep. And ring plays into that, because ring means that you'll draw more than 1 big card per game, so you can just play cards and with the intent of drawing and casting them, which wasn't quite the case for most of the Amulet's history. You kind of were priced into playing a Titan and getting T-West every time. Because now we only play 1 T-West. It's kind of rarely tutor for it. It's not often that it's needed. You just kind of draw cards and cast them.
He's a phenomenal control player.
I wonder if Titan could play Vexing Bobble, but you'd need to abandon Summoner's Pact somehow. Like play just one and then play Vexing Bobble. Would I play Crop Rot if it was in the format? I don't think so. I think Crop Rotation is kind of crappy, right? But I just really dislike cards that are card disadvantage, and Crop Rotation is just that. You pay a card to get a quality improvement on your card. So what are you searching for that is worthwhile? Maybe if it lets you play just, 4 bounce lands or something like that, but even then, I probably would prefer to just play lands, right? Forest into Tron land. Well, that's pretty shitty still, right? You're pitching a card that's, I guess like that is acceptable if you assemble turn 3 Tron and use it to play a ring and draw a million cards anyways, but all in Lotus Field build. Play Amulet, Crop Rotation in Lotus Field, untap it, float 6, play Analyst, return all lands. And there's untapped, right? Yeah, I'm talking about card disadvantage. I could see searching for Tron lands, but I can't really... Like, seeing Grove Chamber is not good enough to tutor for it. Not good enough, not unique enough, right? You can just play 8. Cock Rotation. Crop Rot Saga with fair trigger on the stack. That's nice, but that's the first thing that sounds attractive. Like at that stage, it's just like a green search a land. Still would work awkwardly in Amulet because you would actually need to sacrifice the Saga before it sacrifices itself. Which means you wouldn't get the Amulet you are fetching out of the Saga to Crop Rot, right? So you don't get the Amulet triggers you want. With Lotus Field it makes sense because Lotus Field is unique. You only have 4 in the deck, so then you'd have 8. That would be a good way to find it. Should Blue Magos arrive in reality, would you give a Psychotalk Vengevine deck a shot? I don't know what the Magus has to do with that. Do you think I would play the Magus in that deck? Maybe. The Psychic Frog is really strong, I think. if you can discard cards for value. Like, play this, discard Vengevine, discard Basking Root Walla. I guess Basking Root Walla is not in Modern, is it? The red Root Walla? That's worse than Basking, but... Discard Vengevine, discard the red Root Walla, get the Vengevine back, you have a 3-4 frog, you have the 4-3. You have the Root Walla. Seems ripe to get blown out by Soul to the Ephemerate, but... most decks don't get to play Soul to the Ephemerate, because that combo is not all that good anyways. So it's rare that people actually get to play that. Same can be done with Noose Constrictor and nobody does that. Well, it's not the same thing because you have Noose Constrictor and not Psychic Frog. I think there is a pretty significant difference in between a 3-4 flying draw a card on combat damage and a 2-2 that grows for a turn, right? That seems, in fact, significantly less impactful. Lot Left Troll is a similar card. Yes, and Psychic Frog seems way better than Lot Left Troll. With NT, yeah, you'll get to do stuff. If you maybe play the Oval Chase Daredevil thing, sometimes you sometimes you end up in spots. Well, it's gonna be rough to have a card that's 2 colored mana symbols in the Oval Chase Daredevil deck because it wouldn't go with Saga. But sometimes you have Oval Chase Daredevil stuck in your hand. You get to discard it a lot of times. You can like discard every artifact you play. That sounds pretty good. Holy shit, is that Mario? So yeah, let's say like you draw, I don't know, you play like Emery or something. Then you play your Psychic Frog. You have 2 Daredevils, discard them both, play Mishra's Bubble, discard them both, play another artifact, discard them both. Just grows to like a 10-10 pretty early and then has flying too. And you draw a card. This seems good in mid-range plan of Goraya TBH. I would say that Psychic Frog looks better to me than Phalagi Archaeologist and probably even Faithless Mending. It's a bit of a different card, but it's more multifaceted, makes your deck more multifaceted. No chuja pobieram, to trudno, no. Problem w Falazi jest taki, że jest chujowy, tak generalnie, nie? No to switchnąć na karty tak zwane dobre. Dla mnie atrakcyjna opcja. I think the Gorayos decks are also maybe leaning a bit harder into Ephemerate than you need to. You probably don't need to play 4 Ephemerates, Pretty bad cards in multiples. Just play 4 because you want the grief start. But then it's kind of stinky. Wish Exiling gave it flying and hexproof. I think that would be insane, brother. Falaji is nice with the new counter spell. No, Falaji is not nice. Falaji is giga cringe and puzzling. It's a card you shouldn't really play. All this is just a, great card. Yeah, Falaji is a 1-4, not a 0-3, for what it's worth. Maybe you can even play blue-black Gorilla. Blue-black graveyard strat is not really all that great though. You don't have graveyard hate removal. So that's a bit awkward. What do I think about the new counterspell in general? It looks super narrow to me, the free cost. Oh, the flare. Seems stinky. Maybe. Seems awkward to play a card like that. Maybe it's gonna fit somewhere in some way and it's gonna be great. But I would consider playing Falaji Archaeologist like a pretty big sacrifice. Flare and Living End? Bro, we don't have blue creatures. Is Chthonian Nightmare good? It seems pretty good to me. It's just an infinite mana thing and... can protect your board past Living End. Yeah, I always wanted that. I want to play it in a Necro / Amalgam deck. Maybe in Bazaar and Vintage. But again, in any deck that puts Narcomoeba into play, you are always more pressure to protect yourself before the Narcomoebas hit the board. Less so afterwards. So like the counterspell would really be a dredge payoff that needs to be in your hand. Worth trying, but unlikely to really work out. Well, do I have 0 losses in the prelim? Villains donated. I guess we played against Bern, which was free. Then against Zoo, where Villain kept Postboard Ley Lines, which was pretty free. And then against Scam, who kept a very blank hand versus Titan game 1, which was free. And then I also turned 2 killed through 2 discard spells, so it was pretty free. 2 days ago, Ragdos scam. Great hand. Psychic Frog would be a perfect fit for your Zadek EDH deck. Same. Mortuary. So I guess Yawgmoth. Avenging Ooze, wow. Holy shit, villains like not even trying today. Point has conceded the game. I have the Storm Drop, maybe I can. Also Fire Spout. What a beautiful hand. I hope my opponent doesn't have 3 Fulminator Mages. I sure do, yeah. Sometimes people play Forest, Halfling, and then they still play Fulminator Mage, and I think that's fucked up. Punished. You may fire spotted, but I am a bit greedy. Nice. Well, I guess I need a bounce land. Greece is really good in this matchup. Post board, I think. Probably shouldn't even board out many. Yeah, Greece is bad pre-board, but very good post-board. Canister confirmed not human after casting Dismember on Yogg. True. Bounce land. Storm's Wrath, let's go. Classic Storm's Wrath. Can you explain why Greece is better post-board? It's because pre-board Titan races you, but post-board you stop Titan from racing you with disenchants. Alright, Pulse of Vigor. It's gonna be bad, but maybe it's not there. Okay, odds could have been worse. And when your hand is disenchants and Grease is... Like, look at my opponent's hand. They played Pick Your Poison and Pulse of Vigor. They got swept. But they still have a Yogg move that's very good with Grease because they just create a monster every turn. So they just have a lot of card draw in it. I should sack Young Wolf first. It's a suggestion though. Oh, Villain is not doing too great. They do have 5 cards, but they didn't do anything last turn. Seems like they flooded. Maybe they have another Grease or another Force of Vigor. What they pitch to? Force. Young Wolf. Cauldron. Well, that's solid. Po chuju. Ay, ay, ay. Pretty dead. 2, 4, 5. They can kill me with proliferate. Holy shit, Ones Runstein. It was a bit awkward, but villain barely got there. But Fire Spout is just so weak against Greased, I think. Maybe just skip Fire Spout. Isn't Roxanne good? Doesn't seem like it. It's a 5 mana shock against a deck where the main threats are a Stone Rain person, a 2/4 and a Planeswalker. Kurwa, ten kolos musi być w ręce każdej startowej. Jebaka. Oh, you can kill Hapatra with Roxanne. Holy shit, that changes everything. Ale gówno, ja pierdolę, no. So I guess Firespot once again disappointed this game. Chroni amulety przed Pypusią, nie? No co za typ będzie chronić amulety w turze. Już jest dawno po. Have I ever 4 out of Titan? Plenty times. Actually, I don't know about plenty, but can check the exact amount. Does Yogran any hand hate? They board Fotsies pretty often. If I draw Titan, I can cast it now. No Titan, I move to 5. Probably should have priority in the Rense because if they mill Grease, Grease or Yawgmoth, I want to destroy Cauldron immediately. Maybe not. No chujowo. Maybe they have nothing to. Vezuva. Suruva. Oh no, exile my Vezuva. Seems like I do have nothing. Zuva was milled, so that's a bit awkward. Saying Tyrannus is Mr. Beast, deciding if I want to copy the amulet, deciding if Mr. Beast maybe. He kept on top, could be a, like anything Yawgmoth greased, something like that. Mr. Beast has many blanks. Given how they played, forced isn't unlikely. Yeah. Yeah, I can't quite win without copying an amulet, and I think we are in the business of winning. If Vesuva was in my deck, I could copy amulet. Rather, I could play bounce land, then I have play Titan, and I copy the amulet in response to the trigger, and then if they force, then I have a Titan in play still. If I just copy, then if they have force, then they stop me from Titaning and I lose. Same is true for Broseju. Wouldn't I have force when I copied the amulet before? No, because I had another gardens. I think it's not crazy for them to have force. I think the easiest line, like the also makes sense for them not to have it. and the lines. It's pretty easy, pretty hard to cobble together a line that beats force and also beats a card they left on top of their deck. Because if they left a Grease, Yawgmoth or Fulminator, like a Amulet-less Titan still doesn't win it. So let's just copy and hope it's not there. No i chuj, kurwa. Ay, ay, ay. I think if we hadn't mulligan to 5, we would
He's a phenomenal
probably win this game
control
pretty
player.
easily.
Okuwa.
Rather, if my hand had, you know, more resources and if we drew something before turn 7, I guess, because I guess all we did draw was lands and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. Yeah, 7 plus. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, it's on the play, so I drew 6 times. 5 plus 6, 11, yeah. That's why we had so few, so. If we had a little bit more time, we could play around Pulse of Vigor, but couldn't here. Alas, let's check if I ever 4-0'd. Unfortunately, the prelims scores are showed like this. Like it shows the place you taken instead of your score, but I have a 4-0 prelim a month ago. Prelim first to here too. For May 6. Modern Challenge third, Modern Challenge first, Modern Challenge second, Modern Challenge second. That's the same event twice. Holy shit, third, first, second, pretty good. Vintage Challenge off of Druids, 13th place, posted thrice. I played off stream in the morning. Modern Prelim first. Modern Prelim first, but that's John Scam. Legacy Last Chance, Beanstalk Control, 4th, 4-1. I'll play this one off stream. It was pretty good. Yes, Merkta and Murderous Cat to trigger up the Beanstalk. Is there any formation of the sideboard that gives us a good fair plan in the hateful matchups? Question mark. An Amulet? I mean, have you watched my stream at all, or did you just come here a second ago? Let's board out Saga, bring in Spelunking, and that's it. I have a sideboard guide which hasn't been updated in a while. I could update it someday. I'm going to play Legacy. Legacy what? I mean, is there any way that we get off the Titan combo and do some more fair mid-rangey stuff? No. Like what's mid-rangey stuff? Like you play the One Ring, that's pretty mid-rangey and that beats people. So again, like you achieve that by boarding Spelunking and doing that. If you just make your opponent unable to Stone Rain you, you are pretty fair, because without Saga the Amulet deck is pretty bad. Like generally, but it's also pretty fair. Fair as in pretty bad. So it kind of makes sense in that way, right? And you're doing exactly that with Spelunking. It's just that against Yawgmoth the monsters, Roxanne, Thragtusk are not particularly effective. What does Amulet do against Merfolk Magus? Well, nothing. It is a fake leak, so it's not getting printed, so you just ignore its existence. No big deal. So, like, what does Amulet do against the 1-mana companion Magus of the Moon Hexproof Indestructible, with the requirement being you play a 60-card deck? Well, you don't do anything against that card, it just doesn't exist. It's made up, it's literally the same. The same scale of a problem. Maro designing the card as we speak, holy shit. Magus of the Moat, I'll shoot him with my Valakut. I played Magus of the Moat in Lantern at times. Also, chat, did you know that I have the same an equal amount of GP top 8s with Magus of the Moon as I do with Summer Bloom? I show the creativity decklist. It's some old decklist. I haven't played with it or thought about it for ages, so it's probably nothing too fancy. It does play Emrakul the Eon Storm, which is a card I really like, and I think it's a pretty successful implementation of epicness and a pretty iconic card overall. Just look at Emrakul and you're like, wow. This card is so big. If you cast it, you take an extra turn, literally like the strongest single effect in the game. Annihilator 6, that's so many elements. Protection from colored spells, wow, almost can't kill this thing. 15 mana, that's so much. The only thing I don't like is that they printed some random Ravnikan Worm, which is bigger than Emrakul and just lives in the city, and that's just, you know, banned in Oathbreaker too, holy shit. The ultimate answer to subtlety. It's just, yeah, I don't know, this kind of stinks, right? Because it's unsustainable for a worm like this to live in a city, right? You can't have something like that. What does it feed on? How does the city function with this, right? What if it lives under the city? Bro, we literally have the artwork. It's just in the city right now. That just can't keep happening. But yeah, I have one GP top 8 with Summer Bloom. I have one GP top 8 with Magus of the Moon in my sideboard. Classic Magus of the Moon as the only red spell. True. Actually true. Also, Magus of the Moon 2 basics. How does Lantern just not just die every game in paper? It's actually relatively fast. Once you, like, if you don't have slow movements, like the biggest thing is like don't have slow movements, and then you have to be relatively charismatic about it, which I wouldn't describe myself as particularly charismatic, but within the game of Magic the Gathering, I think I was capable of doing that. Just telling my opponent, you will mill, you will not waste time, like don't bother like touching this card like this. And they're like, yeah, sure. And I think against me, many people scoped, but at some point you just, you don't have to physically tap your cards too. You are like end of turn, shredder. You can save plenty of time by saying what you're gonna do instead of actually doing it, because you don't need to do it. And once you lock your opponent, you have 3-4 shredders in play. Like you just opponent loses 5 cards per up to 5 cards per turn, so that just takes 3-4 more turns to mill their deck from that point. Do I miss this deck? Yeah, it's been cool. Although I think I had a 5-0 league with Lantern as like last year. It was 2 years ago. Lantern 7th. Okay, 3-1 Prelim instead. What decks are mega bad for Lantern now? Everything kinda is more so than used to be. But Zoo, for example. Well, like many decks have the removal that would used to be creature removal, but now is more than that. So Zoo has relatively many dead cards, especially once you brigade them. Their deck is just Bolts, Flames, and Leyline Binding, so there's 12 relevant cards. So Zoo is probably very beatable for Lantern. Yeah, I guess it's just that you don't have the Mox. Yeah, that makes it too weak, I think. True. Like Scam is... Well, you need to remove Shoulder. It's pretty bad. But Scam doesn't have too many relevant cards once they get locked. Jugma seems rough if they get Cauldron down. Yeah, you need to kill Cauldron. You need to needle... Holy shit, you need to needle a lot. Cord is always a live draw, so... Against Yawgmoth, you need... Because you can needle Cauldron. Because it gives the ability... No, actually you can. Actually you can needle Cauldron. If you get to do it before they exile anything with it, so... That helps. But Yawgmoth seems like a lot of problems. You'd need to get a cage down, a brigade. Once you have cage brigade, then I need to dodge Bosseggio. Generally, Bosseggio seems pretty bad for Lantern. It is indeed not the best. Everyone free rolling extra effects. It's certainly a problem, Lantern. So yeah, like with Bosseggio, everyone got like +1, +2 extra disenchants in their deck. That's really bad. So like the freest matchups for Lantern would be Zoo and Scam, and they're not particularly free. Ren can be stopped by cage, but not if they have Boseju, so you can have the needle Ren too. Lots of things to needle. If anyone lands free Talisman of Resilience, budget Mox Opal. We should play Lantern before MH3. Not today though. We can play a Prelim maybe Friday, let's say. A build like this seems good. I didn't have liquid metal coating for Carnot. Giganta plan B. You can definitely like discard spell, talisman, discard spell, kill people with constructs. So I mean that's pretty real. I have Lantern saved. Okay, I have coating in this list. There in the sideboard, nice. Mikos in Gardens, that was nice. Did I have that? Yeah, I did, but Mikos in Gardens was actually pretty nice at like turning into extra luck pieces or protecting Brigade afterwards. There is a player at your LGS that plays Lantern and he plays like 2 surgical main. Makes sense, but I had 2 surgicals in this list too. But the problem with surgical is that it is kind of blank too. It's pretty hard to play blank cards sometimes. Urbor Kiev Maya, nice mana base. Two Overgrown Tomb. Is that really the best? Maybe it should be a pathway. It's pretty bad to like lock onto black and then not be able to play Greenland. Any other good utility lands? Is playing blue for Wheel of Invention not Dwarf? Certainly not over Saga. Saga is way too good. Do I want any Survey lands in there? I don't have fetches, so probably not. No, I do have fetches. Oh, that's why I played Overgrown Tomb. One Tomb, one Survey land then. Academy Ruins plus Ring looping. You don't have blue mana in the deck. Feels like having a few more welding jars would be useful. Maybe against Force of Vigor sometimes. We don't really play against Sword of Vigor. Against Force of Vigor much. Any of the weird artifact matter cards from Ixalan worth playing. The net that draws a lot of cards and taps has a big effect. Net. It's also a blue card, right? No. Pick your poison stays a problem. I mean, welding jar trades for it too. It protects from pick your poison. Why are you looking at Lantern? Because the next Prelim I stream is gonna be Lantern Prelim. Brother. Any hate artifacts I'm missing? Playing Tormots, Bell, Cage, Might, Needle, Curse Totem, Coating, Stonebrayan, Torpor Orb. We don't need 4 cans ever. Well, actually I do against matchups where Brigade is bad. That was the plan, I think, originally. We Spellskite. Dumping Sphere. Why didn't I play Dumping Sphere? I think I didn't play Dumping Sphere because I didn't like it. Because it's a delaying tactic and not a permanent effect, which in Lantern you need permanent tactics. Metamorph, holy shit. Metamorph what? Witchbane Orb? No need for Witchbane Orb, we have Cookbook. Should one brigade be in the board? No. Karn Wish for brigade is too bad. Well, I get that you're suggesting Fire X and Metamorph, but I don't understand what for. Zawstydzać. Czy święci są po to, ażeby zawstydzać? Tak. Zawstydzać. Don't we need main deck Piffing Needles? I mean, they're pretty useful, yeah. Let's see if villains... If other people played Lantern this year. Maybe we can find some ideas. Tron, Modern Prelim. Interesting. Pillage the bogus 5 copy of Stirrings. It's probably too bad as a 2 mana draw spell. Tron Lantern, holy shit. I mean, like in this deck, Shredder plus Lantern just actually doesn't contribute much, right? "49th place, Matty Guy 13. Only 1 trophy, but also 1 surgical. It's roughly the same list. 4 gardens. 1 Academy Ruins. I guess relying on the gardens mana, no fetches. I wanted the fetches to actually be able to cast my discard spells turn 1, because a list like this is kinda iffy on the turn 1 discard spell, yet it plays 8. Shell Spear in the sideboard, holy guacamole. Ooh-hoo. Ee-hoo. Ooh-hoo. Ee-hoo. Maybe some people play Lantern. Angle Lufa. Ren. Come on, Ren. 2 gardens, 4 Saga, 3 Ren. 3 Prismatic Vista, holy shit. And I tried Bowmasters in Lantern. I tried it and I found it to be pretty good. An early blocker to survive and sometimes even a win con. Wow, that seems kinda bad. Maybe out of the sideboard. Don't quite get Bowmasters. Raise the alarm in a prison deck. Makes a little bit of sense, but not too much. Manic Pick Your Poison, holy shit. This is a red Agent of Balls. Lantern will get a big upgrade with the new Hatrog, right? I don't think it will. Oh, you don't have the picture of it, but you mean Vexing Bobble. Vexing Bobble is a temporal solution type card, which like is gonna be powerful because it stops things now and then cycles later. once your opponent can start hard casting their solo 2s or whatnot, Force of Vigor. But in Lantern you don't really benefit from temporal solutions much because the game can't ever be about tempo. Not quite. If Wasteland would be modern legal, would Lantern play it? Well, Wasteland probably. But Wasteland does solve a land forever, right? So sometimes you have problematic land cards to solve, like Tron lands, for example. Straw on land, na 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 na. Oh, holy shit, they want to buy 4 copies of my Abraded Bluffs. With no tickets in my binder, holy shit. Alright, I'll buy the rest of Lantern and I'll finish the stream. I'll stream Lantern later this week. See you next time. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.